This might just be the biggest cheating scandal in gaming history. I don't say that lightly. We're not talking about someone toggling a wall hack or aim assist. No, this was premeditated abuse of power, a Trojan horse hidden inside the very mod that ran official tournaments. This was months and months in the making, hidden right inside the tournament mod itself, and if they hadn't gotten greedy, they would have got away with it. So how did we find out? It all started with one thing, a suspicious ticket bleed, but it got so much worse. This is the story of how we uncovered the biggest cheating scandal in gaming history. Firstly, who am I? I'm Rycave. I played in competitive squad teams for years, including as the professional bench warmer for the best team in the world at the time, Pink Mist. Now I remain very active in the squad competitive community, shoutcasting matches. Recently, my team and I organised the massive 40 vs 40 Squad Esports tournament, where this cheating scandal first came to light, thanks to our investigation. I was also involved in organising the official Offworld Squad Arena tournament. Additionally, I created and run SquadEsports.com, the go-to hub for stats and deep competitive insights on the squad scene, alongside my team. So yes, I know my way around Squad Esports, but I never expected to uncover something this big. This isn't some small glitch or isolated cheat. As someone who poured their heart out into organising this tournament, this felt like betrayal. It's a massive betrayal that affects every player, every team, and every fan. For those who don't know,
welcome to Squad. Squad is a tactical first-person shooter featuring realistic combatants fighting in large-scale 100-player battles that take place all over the world.
Communication and teamwork and managing stress are absolutely crucial to success. One player not using their mic properly can cost the whole team the game. A round lasts 1 hour, and in competitive play, one match consists of 2 one-hour rounds. That's why the competitive squad community enjoys the game so much. Squad developers Offworld don't run the competitive tournaments themselves. The community builds and runs the competitive scene, creating tournaments, mods, and websites, SquadEsports.com, Compelo, and Squad Comp. This is where Hash and Tolgadeg come in, the main architects behind the Squad competitive mod. They're also players for old Continentals, one of the best teams in the world. This will be relevant later. The Squad Comp mod is a collection of tournament layers, in-game casting overlays, and settings designed to help run competitive squad tournaments. Vanilla Squad offers very few features for competitive play, and the current admin cam provides viewers with nothing. Not every tournament used this mod. Some made their own, but some of the big international tournaments did. We'll come back to this shortly. The investigation began when Einherjar, ENR for short, one of the strongest teams in the scene, noticed something was very wrong with their grand final match in the 40 vs 40 Squad Esports tournament against Old Continentals, OC. They lost the match but noticed their deaths did not match the number of tickets lost. In round 1, ENR experienced 239 deaths but lost 286 tickets to soldier deaths. In round 2, they had 192 deaths but lost 253 tickets to soldier deaths. Think about it, if you lose 5 players, you lose roughly 5 tickets. But ENR lost around 47 extra tickets in round 1 and about 61 in round 2. The math didn't add up.
Come on! Do math!
So what are tickets? In Squad, ticket counts are sacred. They're the heartbeat of the match. Tickets represent your team's pooled lives. Each death, destroyed vehicle, or lost objective chips away at your ticket count. If tickets reach 0, you lose the round. Normal ticket bleed is a balancing mechanic. If you don't hold the middle flag, your team gradually loses tickets to simulate losing map control. This happens at a rate of -1 ticket every minute. Importantly, ticket bleed, the gradual loss of tickets, has its own dedicated section on the detailed scoreboard. This means it's easy for players and teams to track exactly where tickets are lost and spot anything unusual. So when ENR noticed a ticket bleed that didn't match the scoreboard's normal readings, it was a clear red flag. Losing 41 tickets randomly in round 1 and 61 in round 2 was a major setback for ENR. This raised suspicion because ENR had secured the mid-cap first in both rounds against OC. ENR held on to it for the entirety of round 1 and lost it near the end of round 2. The Squad Esports team agreed this looked suspicious and immediately flagged it. To lose that many tickets so quickly, It wasn't possible without tampering. So when tickets start bleeding away for no reason, that's like your life support draining with no explanation. The Squad Esports team began reviewing scoreboards from the tournament. Out of all matches, this only occurred in two: the grand final, OC vs ENR, and OC vs 82 team. That's when we started reviewing match videos, VODs. From these matches, ENR's evidence was solid. It wasn't just a visual glitch or one-off error. You could see throughout the video that tickets were reducing without a death being logged. Data confirmed an illegitimate ticket bleed, despite ENR holding the mid-cap at a rate of 1 ticket every 30 seconds. ENR was losing tickets faster than OC, who had the normal -1 ticket per minute penalty for losing the mid-cap. We analysed the other match, OC vs 82 team. That week we had 2 mid-caps instead of 1. In round 1, OC dominated and secured both mid-caps before 82 team could get any. The scoreboard showed no variance between deaths and tickets lost. However, in round 2, 82 secured 1 mid-cap and a variance of about 30 tickets appeared. Now we had 2 matches with this issue, 3 rounds total, and it only happened to OC's opponents when those opponents secured the mid-cap before OC. This wasn't a coincidence, it was a clear pattern. The cheat was active, hidden, and consistently triggered. We then reviewed scoreboards from past tournaments using the same mod, looking for any other occurrences. We found only 2 more examples. That was in the International Masters tournament earlier this year, with the final being in May. International Masters used the same mod created and updated by Hash and Tolgadeg, players for OC. The similarities were striking. The 2 examples were OC vs Owls and OC vs ENR again. In OC vs Owls, the variance of 45 occurred in round 1 only, when Owls secured the mid-cap first. Round 2 saw no variance, as OC secured it first. In the IM match, OC vs ENR, a variance of 10 appeared in the only round where ENR secured the mid-cap first. We fed this back to the teams involved, while we continued investigating. ENR closely examined the VODs. It was clear. OC's enemy team would lose tickets without deaths occurring. It was showing up in the videos. Again, they timestamped this as a consistent -1 ticket every 30 seconds. Meanwhile, we reviewed over 100 matches, over 200 rounds in other tournaments, and found no other occurrences. The pattern was consistent, not just in one tournament, but 2. The same team benefited, Old Continentals. The same mod team, the same mod, even across different servers and tournaments. OC's enemy team had secured the mid-cap first. The bleed happened every 30 seconds after the mid-cap was secured. OC vs ENR in International Masters gave us another insight. The random ticket bleed didn't start once the mid-cap was secured by ENR. It started later, when they were pressing the next cap. It was ENR that discovered this. This is what made ENR present a new theory to us. The bleed doesn't start automatically. Someone is toggling it. It appears to last 5 minutes after activation, causing a -1 ticket every 30 seconds bleed for the enemy. This explained the smaller variance in the OC vs ENR IM match. It was a test. 10 ticket variance is equal to 5 minutes of a -1 ticket bleed every 30 seconds. So this wasn't a random bug or patch issue. It was a deliberately coded feature that could be turned on and off at will, giving one team an insanely unfair advantage. Imagine punishing your opponents with invisible, unstoppable ticket bleed simply by pressing a button. Which button? Well, we're about to find out. We discussed this with Offworld, Squad's game developers, and provided details. We downloaded the mod from the server, which hadn't been updated since the grand final, meaning nothing could be hidden. Offworld didn't have access to this mod previously, so now they could investigate alongside us. Now, the juicy part. Old Continentals got hold of a decompiled version of the mod files. They kept it secret, careful not to allow a leak or expose it prematurely to the modders, by giving only updates to us. Their discretion was key to uncovering the full scope of the cheat. When OC examined the mod files, the truth emerged in brutal detail. It was far more than just a ticket bleed function. The mod contained hard-coded admin accounts, specific IDs granting cheat keybinds access. These included the mod creators themselves, Tolgadeg35 and Hash, and 4 others. Who were they? Well, they were Hash's and Tolgadeg's squad mates inside OC, known as Green Squad. OC were able to confirm the 5-minute ticket bleed was coded into the mod and triggered by the keybind. This meant that at any time, the listed admins could activate a -1 ticket per 30-second bleed against the enemy team. But that wasn't all. They didn't stop there. They had secret superpowers unlocked by keybinds, including wall hacks, using the mesh view that casters had. They had instant resupply of rallies or ammo with a single key press, access to the full scoreboard and the enemy ticket count, information unavailable to normal players, visibility of the kill feed, and increased damage to enemy limbs, reduced damage taken, ticket bleed, activate at will. They had cheat options at their fingertips, from seeing enemy positions through walls to infinite resupplies, to forcibly draining the opposition's tickets. As OC dug deeper into the mod, they uncovered even more disturbing details. The mod was programmed to grant all OC players increased health and damage, while enemies suffered reduced health and damage. The pettiness went further. Any team with more than 5 ENR players would receive a damage and health reduction, while teams with more than 5 Owls players got a damage and health boost. They really wanted to upset ENR. So this was far worse than anyone had imagined. So we turned our attention to the other mods created by the same modder team, starting with Offworld's official tournament mod for Squad Arena. Hash and Tolgadeg were the creators of the mod too. OC competed in this tournament and won. If the cheats were present here, the scandal would be even bigger. Sure enough, we found the exact same cheats baked into the Squad Arena mod. Hash and Tolgadeg have found a way to bypass the game's anti-cheat system by embedding their cheats directly into the tournament mods they created. Because no one else had access to these mods, the cheats went unnoticed for a long time. This meant Offworld's official tournament was compromised by its own mod creators. The only difference in Squad Arena mod was an additional name on the admin list, Inception, who's leader of the Grandmasters. While we cannot prove the other admins knew about this or used these cheats, the codes revealed that any team with a listed mod admin received damage and health boosts, while their opponents suffered corresponding debuffs. At the start of each round, the code would check for a mod admin's presence, and if found, apply these buffs and debuffs accordingly. This meant that OC had buffs to their health and damage during Offworld Squad Arena, whilst OC enemies had reductions to their health and damage. Likewise, Grandmasters too. We spoke with International Masters, who had a version of the mod dated from May, when their final matches were. When we looked into this, we discovered the same cheats, except they were missing the if there are more than 5 ENR players on a team, they get a debuff code in. See, that one came later on, between IM and Set. So what did Hash do instead to ensure that they would get a debuff? Well, he volunteered to ref ENR's match against Owls, and sat on Owls' team side both rounds, meaning Owls got a buff and ENR got the debuff. This is super villain levels of malice and planning. This isn't just some random player hacking for an edge in a tournament, the kind of thing you see online all the time. This isn't, oh, my friend Clara must have downloaded this. This is a long-term conspiracy to rig entire tournaments built right into the mod itself. They did this by befriending tournament organisers and even the squad game developers. By making themselves indispensable, they ensured their tournament mod was used repeatedly, letting them cheat every time. Had they not been greedy and added the ticket bleed function, they might have got away with wall hacks and other cheats in tournaments, including official Offworld events, for years. Think about the damage. The entire competitive community was betrayed. Matches fixed, teams cheated, reputations destroyed. This scandal shows us how power and trust can be weaponized in esports, and why transparency is absolutely non-negotiable. Huge thanks to ENR for spotting the issue early and for their invaluable research, and to Old Continentals for delving into the mod files. Big shout out to the Squad Esports team also for their work in this investigation. The community effort proves that even when corruption runs deep, we can fight back and work together. Now let's clear something up quickly, because misinformation spreads almost as fast as Hash's enemies' tickets bleed. There's a post going around, allegedly written by Hash, claiming that Offworld and others, who are the actual developers, knew about this cheat. That post is fake. It was made by a player known for being a troll, thinking it was funny. It's not. Offworld were just as shocked as we were. They had no knowledge of this. In fact, once we raised the alarm, they took it seriously and immediately began working with us. Let's keep our anger where it belongs, at the people who wrote the cheats, activated them, and thought they'd never be caught. So what happens next? Well, OC had to withdraw from the tournament to preserve integrity. Einherjar was declared Season 1 champion of the Squad Esports Tournament. International Masters also stripped OC of their victory. Offworld are conducting an internal investigation into Squad Arena and will be issuing a statement soon. The Squad community is working to rebuild trust, but this scandal will resonate for years. This story is about more than cheating. It's a reminder of the importance of holding people accountable when trust is broken. It's chilling how close they were to getting away with it. If they hadn't added that ticket bleed cheat, we might still be none the wiser. If you're part of this community, or just a fan of competitive gaming, remember this. Vigilance and transparency are our strongest weapons. Thank you very much for watching. For more on Squad Esports, visit our website, squadesports.com. If you want to watch me cast in Squad Esports matches or Broken Arrow, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help spread the word. Let's keep this game clean.